Afternoon, everyone. Everybody at the back can hear me? Yes, I hear some faint. Yes. All right. I'm going to ask Miss Rose Cameron, to just pose a few questions, and I think there are questions that you would probably have too. All right.
Can you pretend that I'm a first year? Okay. When is the deadline for paying all my fees?
All right. Um, the university traditionally has a deadline of the Sunday before school begins. All right, so you can start paying your fees now. The deadline for payment of those fees, whether it be tuition, miscellaneous, or your hall fees, is the 1st of September. You might be asked, as a resident, somebody who is going to be living on hall, you might be asked to pay your fees before you move on to the hall. All right, you should adhere to that. All right, but all the other fees are the 1st of September.
You just answered my second question. My second question was going to be, what if I live in one of the halls? Is there a different deadline from the September deadline for me?
I would say yes, technically yes, because it is a part of the regulations also that if you are a resident, you're asked to pay your hall fees for at least the first semester before you move on to the hall. So yes.
Are you saying then that when I go to the hall, I need to present proof of payment before I can be admitted?
That is correct.
Thank you for clearing that up. What if I do not pay my fees on time?
All right. If you don't pay your fees on time, I'm sure probably a lot of persons have heard about this whole thing about deregistration. That is of the past. All right. What will happen now is your access to the system will be denied until those fees are cleared. All right. So once you have passed the deadline and you still have an amount outstanding that is above $2,000, then the system will block you. All right.
So, how are my fees connected to my registration? I need to understand that clearly as a first year.
All right. I want us to understand registration as a process which involves different stages. All right, so registration involves selection of the courses that you're going to be doing for the program that you have applied for. All right, that's one part of registration. The other part of registration is payment. All right, so to answer the question directly, you don't have to pay before you select those courses. All right, so you can start selecting your courses right now as of today, right? Although the student record section, which is responsible for registration, advises that you should come to them or to do or get academic counseling, so you might select the correct courses. All right, but you do not have to pay before you select those courses.
I need to understand something you just said clearly. Are you saying that before I select my courses, it is best for me to receive counseling?
That is exactly what I'm saying. All right, so it is best for you to receive academic counseling where you're guided as to how to register. You're also guided as to the particular or specific courses that you'd need to select based on the program that you have applied for.
And one last question. There is a faculty registration schedule in my package. How is that important to me, and what should I do with it?
All right. Consider your faculty as an oversight department, oversight unit or section. So if they say that you should come to them on Saturday, just using, for example, to get academic counseling and you'll be guided, stick to that. Okay? So you should stick to what is in your package as it concerns your faculty giving you instructions to select your courses.
Thank you so very much. You may continue.
You're welcome. All right, so the huge section that I'm a part of is the bursary, and in particular, the Student Administrative Services section / billings. All right, this department is what you'd call the customer service department for students. All right, the picture projected here is where the office is located. Right, I'm sorry about that. Right, so this is where the office is located, and I'm sure you're familiar with this, or at some point you would have passed this building. This is actually next door to the admission section. You might be wondering, why am I showing you this picture? It is important for you to know where this office is, because as I said, the office is considered to be a customer service section for you as a student. All right, so we pride ourselves in being a hub where if you come to us with situations, circumstances, issues, and we can't deal with those issues directly, we can either pick up the phone and call the relevant sections, or we'd direct you to the section that you would need to go. All right, so whether it be to the graduate studies section, if you are a graduate student by any chance, whether it be to the exam section, you need to know something about how your grades are calculated or how your GPA is calculated. That's the section that you'd go to. Or student records, the section that is responsible for your records here on system at the University of the West Indies, or registration. They are responsible for that. Or it's a situation that your faculty office should deal with, or maybe it's the Hall of Residence. So we consider ourselves to be a hub to direct you to all of those, or if we can't solve the issues that you have, then we'll direct you to those sections. All right, just some of the roles and functions or processes that we do. We are responsible for the billing information that shows up on your student account. And in a little while, I'll show you what the student account looks like. All right, so we're responsible to make sure that the information that is showing there is correct. We are also responsible for ensuring that if you make a payment, then the payment is showing up in the correct amount, or it is showing up on time. All right? Some of the other processes that we do, if for some reason you have paid all your fees for the semester or for the year, and you have an excess on the account and you don't want a refund, the refund application is done online, but we would process that refund. There are letters, tuition letters, and I'm sure a lot of you have already asked for those letters. It would cost $100, but we are the ones that would do that. So a statement of accounts, a scholarship, whether it be ensuring that the scholarship, if you get a scholarship, is showing on your account, just to manage all of that process. Installment arrangements, or to reconcile your accounts, that's us. Some of the other systems we have improved our system. In the past, we would have probably, I'm guessing it's probably about close to 1,000, or if not, persons inside here. And I'm sure you know that that amount of persons cannot fit into our office. So before all of that, we would have a bundle coming into the office to, check on their account or to do something else. We have recognized that that might be an issue. So what we did was to put in a system, or an email system, that you could email in your queries, any concerns that you have, any comments that you have. You can always use that route to contact us. All right, one other improvement that we have made is the bursary online student systems. And this system is provided for you. This is how it looks. The system is provided for you for one, to make a request for a refund, to apply for a letter, to apply for a statement of accounts. This is an easy way for you to access the system from anywhere in the world. There are 3 basic ways that you're charged as a student, or a billing is made for you as a student of the University of the West Indies. And there are 1, tuition, 2, miscellaneous fees, and 3, residence. And the residence, of course, is optional. All right? The tuition, and this is important for you to note, the tuition is a set amount once you are a full-time student. All right? It doesn't mean that if you apply or select one course that that full amount will be on your account. It is dependent on the amount of courses that you apply for that would determine your fees for the year or for the semester. I hope I'm very clear on that. All right, so for example, if you're a social sciences student, it is known that you are allowed to do, I think, up to 5 courses or 12 credits minimum as a full-time student. However, for some reason, you apply for or select 3 out of that 5. You'll not be charged the full-time amount. You'll be charged less than that because the quota that would consider you to be billed as a full-time student is a little bit less. All right? A part-time student also has a quota to be considered to be a part-time student or to be carrying a part-time load. And that is up to 9 credits for humanities and for social sciences. If you're a pure and applied student or science and technology, then it's up to 13 credits for 1 semester. All right, your miscellaneous fees. These are a group of fees, and it's as listed here, your health, dental, guild, hall attachment or hall services, and sports. All right, these are a group of fees that are considered to be compulsory fees for all registered students to the university. All right, so once you are a registered student, you're expected to pay your miscellaneous fees. All right, one slight change to what usually happened before or in the prior years, your miscellaneous fee is now going to be charged in the first semester or for 1 semester. I said for 1 semester because probably for some reason you won't be starting your program in the first semester, you'll start in the second, for some reason or the sort. Then the miscellaneous fee is charged in 1 semester. All right, that is a little bit different from what used to happen where the fees are broken in 2 halves. Your residence fee is dependent on the hall and the type of room that you have applied to and are approved to live on. All right, those information you can get by the Student Administrative Services section. All right, now this is what your account would look like. If you notice, apart from the tuition, which is the 104, and just to note, these figures are from prior years. It's just to show you the line out of the account. All right, so in addition to the tuition and the miscellaneous fees, you're seeing the charge for a lab manual. All right, so all the financial transaction for you as a student will show right here. All right, so all the transaction that you have made payments for a letter that you have applied for, this is where it would show. And coming down nicely, tuition cost for this academic year, a full-time student in pure and applied, science and technology, social sciences, or humanities is charged $252,164, and your part-time student, as I said before, if you're social sciences or humanities, for the year, the total amount of credits that you should do is 18, and that is 8,405 per credit, not per course, per credit. All right, if you're science and technology, it's up to 26 credits for the year, and it's the same 8,405 per credit. So your total for the year would be 218,530. All right, and nursing and MBBS, you see there. The cost for the miscellaneous fees, if you are a commuting student, which means that you're not living on campus, for this year, your miscellaneous fee is $14,092. If you are living on hall, then your miscellaneous fee is $20,092. All right, all students will pay $500, a one-time charge for the duration of the program that you're here, a one-time charge of $500. All right? Locations to pay. You can make all your payments, whether it be miscellaneous, tuition, or your residence, at any Bid Express location, any Paymaster location, And the representatives from Paymaster is here. They're here. And I understand that you have set up a booth in the Assembly Hall. Assembly Hall. Right. And so you can make your payments there using Paymaster. Right. And there's no service fee. So you can make your payments today at the Assembly Hall at Paymaster, and there is no service fee that is attached to that. All right, so NCB, any NCB location, at the credit union, there's also another location there. You can make your payments online using a credit card, and you can always also make your payments at the bursary cashier in the same building that I showed you earlier. And I think that's it. Just to go over, to emphasize that the Student Administrative Services section is set up for you. So if there are any issues, if there are any concerns, come to us and we'll help you through those issues.